This is a presentation of the University of Wisconsin-Parkside.
My name is Billy McCollum. I graduated in 2012, August 2012, with a communication major and a minor in ethnic studies. Immediately after I graduated, I looked for new jobs. Currently I work in a retail environment, and I was looking to get out of retail and more into something like a marketing department or public relations. So immediately I just seen what was out there for communication majors. Okay, there was a lot of things that I did when I prepared myself for looking for jobs. First, I had to look at salary, I had to look at location, I had to look at if it's something I actually wanted to do and something that I could do with the experience that I had. It's a lot of soul searching because you want to figure out, okay, this is what I want to do, but I don't want to run into a dead end, so how high is the roof for me? How far can I go within the company? So I guess there's a lot of research that you need to do in the preparation for looking for a job. After graduation, since August, and mind you, it's only March, so it hasn't been a full year, I've had to apply for at least 60 to 70 jobs. I turned down a handful of jobs because some of them were just warehouse and other retail jobs, and some of them were jobs in sales. And personally, I didn't want to go into sales. If you're a salesperson, there's a lot of jobs out there in sales, but there's a lot of jobs I turned down. They ask you a lot of the I guess the questions that you would normally prepare yourself for: where do you see yourself in 5 years? What strengths do you bring to our company? A big question that they always ask and that I always have trouble answering is, what is your biggest weakness? And I know that's I looked online and there's correct ways to answer that question. And you'd be surprised. They're not looking for you to take something that's a strength and you're trying to turn it to a weakness. They're actually looking for something that's a real weakness, and for you to say that you were working on and making better. So my communication degree has just made me a lot more confident in being able to speak with people. It also makes me feel like, this is what I like to tell myself before I go into an interview: I'm a communication major, so it's gonna be weird to say this, it's gonna sound a little cocky, but I'm these people. That's what I try to think. These are my colleagues, or these are who they were once me. I can give this interview just as good as these people can. So that kind of helps me numb my nerves a little bit. No, I don't think that anything caught me too off guard. A lot of the interviews, they try to get you really laid back, so it's not, I guess it's not like a direct kind of thing where they're trying to make you nervous. They actually try to get you in your cool zone. So that's kind of cool. I believe that my communication degree makes me a viable job candidate because it makes me extremely versatile. I think that I've learned how to understand which methods of communication are the most effective and which methods of communication aren't effective. Social media is huge. The last interview I went on was for a social media position, and they were asking how relevant do you think social media is for businesses? And as a communication major, I could tell them exactly why social media was relevant, because that's a different way to communicate with consumers and different clients that they would have. The things that are valuable about having a communication degree was just having that piece of paper saying that you can learn, and having that piece of paper saying that you actually understand the world through other people's shoes. Communication is huge. In communication seminar, the class that I took at least, we did an online portfolio. And I don't know if you guys realize this, but when you apply for jobs, now they're asking for online portfolios that you actually have to put on your application. And if you don't have that, then I haven't had any luck for anybody calling me if I didn't put that. So I actually had to update my online portfolio. And that's something that as a communication major, we were required to do. So just different things that you learn throughout your studies definitely come back and help you full-fold, that's for sure. For my last interview, I went all out. I brought in a written portfolio, so I actually printed out my online portfolio, and then I brought in different samples in addition to my online portfolio that I wasn't able to put in there. And a lot of people, during my last interview, they were saying that they didn't have a candidate do that. So they really took to that, and so I'm very hopeful that I get that job. So this is what I like to think. As a communication major, I've established myself as somebody who can communicate effectively. So I think that when I walk into a job, I have that level of confidence that already says to the potential employer that this guy he already has the credentials, he already went through the groundwork. Now let's see how he communicates direct face-to-face. And so I think that just knowing that they already respect me as far as a communication major, and now all I have to do is prove it, it just gives me more confidence, I would say. The thing I would do differently, and what I would definitely suggest for everyone, is internships. Internships. They're huge. And I guess when I was going through school, I never put much like stock into internships, but this is what jobs are saying, and it kind of locks certain people out. It's saying that we want you to have a certain amount of internship experience, or we want you to have 3 years of relevant work experience. So that puts somebody like me who couldn't get or who never did internships and who doesn't have 3 years of relevant work experience outside of it. Like I can't qualify for that position. And so I would definitely say internships are huge. That's where your money's at. You gotta do internships, people. It's underrated. And I think a lot of people have the wrong idea of the communication major. And they also think that it doesn't take you anywhere, like it doesn't have any inroad. But I will say this, the possibilities with the communication degree are vast. I'll say this, there's a position specifically that I'm applying for now, which is called the social media coordinator. And in this position, during the interview, the marketing manager for the place that I was going to interview at, she said that this is a rare position now, but 10 years from now, this will not be a rare position. Companies are finding out that social media realm, the marketing realm are invaluable to the companies. And I think communication majors fall perfectly into these realms as far as public affairs, which is a little different than public relations, marketing, advertising. There's so many different things that you can go into as a communication major. You can even go into the legal field in some realms. So it just makes you a versatile character in the job market. And you can also apply for a lot of different master's programs with a communication degree because your prerequisites actually meet the needs of certain master programs that you wouldn't be able to meet the needs of if you were, I guess, in a more direct like accounting. If you're an accountant, you're going to get an accounting master's. But as a communications major, you can get a master's in public administration, you can get a master's in education. So there's different things that you can get masters in that just make you a more versatile candidate for the future, I would say.